we talked about, man. So, like I said, the NBA playoffs have just started. We have some people that have been playing really well, some people that haven't been, and we just have to talk about them. There's been a lot going on in baseball and hockey and soccer, but there's a player that who looked good in round one, especially going up against a team that they have pretty much owned for the last two seasons, and he pretty much didn't step up to the plate this time. He has not looked good whatsoever the last few times, and I'm here to talk about him. Someone said that if he was to win the championship this year, he could very well be a Hall of Famer. Well, Jamal Murray, it doesn't look like you, at least at this very moment, it doesn't look good of you winning a second championship this year. So Jamal Murray is not playing well right now, especially in this series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's pretty much getting locked up. However, it's not even just this series. This playoffs has been a little bit overshadowed because he hit 2 game winners against the Lakers, pretty much. And pretty much a gentleman's sweep. This playoffs, he's only shooting 38% from the field and 29% from 3. In the last game against the Timberwolves, he had more turnovers than field goals, and he had more heat packs thrown than threes. He has one of the lowest field goal percentages in the playoff game for the Denver Nuggets. The lowest is Carmelo Anthony at 6.3 in 2004, who also has another one with 18.8% in 2009. But Jamal Murray in the last game shot 16.7% from the field in that game. And there's going to be some people who say, well, Jamal Murray's hurt. Well, Jamal Murray was also hurt against the Lakers, but that didn't stop them from being able to beat them 4-1. That didn't stop them from saying that he could be a Hall of Famer if he wins the championship this year. He ain't playing well. Let's just be honest about it. He's not playing well, and Denver and the Minnesota Timberwolves are strapping him up. Whether it's Alexander Walker, whether it's Jaden McDaniels, whether it's Anthony Edwards, it doesn't matter who they put on him. He's having a difficult time scoring on anybody right now. And then he's so frustrated that he's throwing towels and heat packs on the court and at the ref. He just got fined $100,000 for doing that. And not only that, he could have injured his own teammate. Reggie Jackson was already dealing with a nagging injury, and he threw the heat pack out there, and he was like maybe 3 or 4 inches away from stepping on the heat pack, and he could have slipped and pulled his hamstring again or something, pulled his groin. Who knows what could have happened? And he almost caused that. And then his reaction was, it is what it is. I accept the responsibility. No, it ain't. It is what it is, man. You got to say, I got, taking accountability is more than just saying I take accountability. I hope some people understand that. It's more than just that. It's what you have to do is look at what you did and look at the consequences of what it could have cost. Like I said, you could have hurt someone else on the other team, but you also could have hurt your own teammate. Now, Reggie Jackson did end up leaving the game, but that was from a different incident. Taking accountability is saying, you know what, that was a mistake on my end. That was something that I can't let the game get to my head like that. That's not something I can allow. I got to be a better leader than that, and it won't happen again. Like, you got overly frustrated. And then y'all talk about LeBron crying all the time. You were crying the entire game. And it's because the refs were allowing everybody to play. They weren't calling ticky-tack fouls nowhere. They didn't even call a tech on your coach. And he got in the ref's face. But you throwing heat packs and towels because you're not getting the calls that you think you should have. Look, it's a physical game. It's the playoffs. Some things that they allow in the regular season, they're not going to allow in the playoffs. The calls that you get in the regular season don't happen. Ask James Harden. Ask him. We know what he's known for in the regular season. He gets 30, 40, 50-point games from shooting like 20, 30 free throws in the game. But what happens in the playoffs? Tell me how many times James Harden has gotten to the conference finals. Tell me how many championships he got. Because they don't call the same game they do in the regular season that they do in the playoffs. So Jamal Murray, I mean, you a champion. I'm not. It's not taking away from your championship. You are an NBA champion, but come on, Jamal, you gotta do better than that. Gotta do better than that. That's not. It's not you, man. It's not you. It's not you. Not something that I think, it's just not acceptable. And you gotta do better. So Jamal Murray, welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. But don't worry, Jamal.